Okay, I'm here today to tell you about the time I was abducted by aliens. This was about 10 years ago, and it's rather traumatic. I was driving out in the desert, and there was a green light, and I got out of my car, and I started walking toward this green light. In fact, I was hypnotized by it. I started walking like this. Like that, and I couldn't stop myself. It was silly. I was trying to stop and I couldn't. So I went over, against my will, went over to where the light was, and I was transported up to this mothership. And I didn't see the aliens at first, but we communicated. They speak English, and I told them, why did you bring me here? And they said, well, we brought you here to teach you something to take back to the people of Earth. And I said, oh, okay, great. What is it? World peace, a cure for cancer, free energy, some sort of new energy system. Tell me, great. And they said, no, we want you to teach the people of Earth how to count. And I said, wait a second, what do you mean, how to count? We know how to count. And they said, no, we want you to teach the people of Earth how the rest of the galaxy counts. And I said, well, what's wrong with the way we count now? And they said, well, you're using a primitive number system. I said, well, what do you mean a primitive? It works fine. We've got great science and mathematics. And I told them I really don't want to go back to Earth to teach a math lesson. And I said, what about world peace? Could we do something with that? And they said, no, I had to go back to Earth and teach the people of Earth how to count. This was 10 years ago, and so it's taken me a while to get around to this, but all right, so you're probably wondering, how do the aliens count? How do these people in the rest of the galaxy count? And I'm going to show you. So here it is. You make first I'm going to make the pattern. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the basic pattern. Now, if I make this number, this is one of their numbers, then you look at the pattern and you can see that this is the number 3. All right, are you with me? This is what they wanted me to teach you. I know you don't like math. I don't really like math either, but here it is. Okay. What number is that? Look at the pattern and tell me what number it is. You probably know already it's a 9. That's right, it's a 9. This is a 3 and that's a 9. And let's try another one. What about that? Oops, sticking out there. That's a 10. And if I put another one next to it here, that, of course, is a 5. Now, that's a pretty simple pattern that they use. This is actually for their middle school, high school age kids. They have a little bit different patterns for the elementary and college and adults, but I'm giving you this one. I don't know why, but anyway, here's the. So now the hard part gets harder, because if we put these two numbers together, you probably think this is a 39. It's not, because the aliens, they don't count by tens. like in our system, if you had 33, that's 3 ones and 3 tens, but they don't count by tens. See, they go from 0 to 11, and we go from 0 to 9, okay? So we have we count by tens. Since they're going from 0 to 11, they're counting by what? What do you think? It's not 11s, they're counting by 12s. They're counting by dozens. So this is the ones place, and this is not the tens place, this is the dozens place. The ones place and the dozens place. So this is 3 dozen 9. 3 dozen 9. This is 10 dozen 5. So what is 3 dozen 9? 3 dozen 9 is 3 dozen 36 plus 9 is 45. 10 dozen is 120 plus 5 is 125. So this is the basics of their system. And of course, you're wondering, what about, well, you want to know about the aliens, because I've told some of my friends about this story, and they're more concerned with what the aliens look like than what the numbers look like, frankly. And at first, I didn't get to see the aliens. They kept hidden. They said it would be too much of a shock for me, and it is. It is a bit of a shock. But they have big heads, and they're kind of short and not much leg. I think from the 0G they spend a lot of time in 0G. Not all the time, but sometime. And their legs, their bones have changed. Their bone structure has changed, and they don't look. I think they started out with long legs, because there's two. Well, I should stick to the numbers, because this is what they wanted me to teach the planet Earth. So anyway, I hope you got the basic idea here. You could add another 0. So let's try this. So now we'll have 3 zeros, and I'll fill it in. Let's put a 1 there, and a 10 there, and a 2 there. And so now this is like in our system. If we had 3 numbers, that would be 3 ones, 3 tens, and 3 100s, or 10 to the squared, 10 squared. I know this is strange, but I'm just passing it on. So in the alien number system, this is the ones place, the dozens place, and the dozen to the second power place. Now, a dozen to the second power is, as many of you know, 144. So this is 144. This is 10 dozen, so plus 120, and 2 ones. So if we add all that up, 6, 6, 2, this number here would be 266 in our system. Okay. Yeah, there's probably something else I should tell you. Their hands are actually somewhat similar to ours, and they showed me a way to count on my hands, because, well, it's convenient, actually. You take your thumb, and you can try this yourself at home. Put your thumb there, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and do. I think do stands for dozen. And then do 1, do 2, do 3, do 4, do 5, do 6, do 7, do 8, do 9, do 10, do 11. What do you think the next one would be? Some people say do. It's not do, it's do. And then do 1, do 2, do 3, do 4, do 5, do 6, do 7, do 8, do 9, do 10, do 11, do. And so on. And it goes up to 11 do, 11, and then this one is, this place is the go place. This is the do's place, and this is the go place. So this is 1 go, 10 do, 2. 1 go, 10 do, 2. So you can say it pretty fast once you get used to it. So anyway, that's how they count, and that's the basic number system. This is part one of my alien abduction story, and I'll give you more information in part two. So thank you very much. I'm a little nervous about saying this because it's kind of a strange story, I know, and I don't blame you if you don't believe it, but here it is, and take it or leave it. Thank you very much if you don't believe it, but here it is.